Okay, so right now I wanted to do a video about which sewing machine to get. And the thing with, I will say if you're a beginner sewer, the best thing you want to do is invest in a cheap, simple sewing machine. You don't want anything fancy because you're just learning how to sew, and to avoid buying a computer sewing machine. Right now what you're looking at is a computer sewing machine. And there's nothing wrong with computer sewing machines. They are great if you are already experienced sewing. But the problem I don't like, me personally, with computers machines is that when you try to put them on, when you use it, it starts to act up for some reason. And I mean, when I mean that it acts up, if something is, they're very sensitive. So if something isn't right with them, if they're not thread properly, they would not work. So you guys spend a lot of time figuring out why they're not working. Right now, I have a computer sewing machine right now. And I'm gonna put it to stitch. Okay, right now it's not threaded properly, right? So I am going to make it seem like I'm gonna sew. I haven't threaded the needle. So as soon as I start, it won't go. Why? Because I didn't thread it properly. And the thing with, let me just turn this off. The thing with a regular sewing machine, this is a regular straight stitch sewing machine, and it sews very fast because that's what I like. But when you buy a regular straight stitch sewing machine that's not computer, it's gonna go regardless. You know, you don't have to worry about it not moving. Even, I'm going to show you something. Even if I take this thread out, it's not right. You just saw me take the thread out, and I'll put it down to sew. Let's see what happened. You see what happened? The needle's still going to move. And when you saw with the other computer machine, even though it was on, it refused to move. So those are my problems with the machine. They won't move. So you have to, the slightest thing that could go off with a computer sewing machine, if it's not threaded properly, it won't work. So even if with this one, even if you don't thread it properly, it's still going to move. It's still going to work. So that's why it's good just to have a simple sewing machine to start with. And then when you're experienced, then you can work with your computer machine and you try to figure out, okay, what's going on with it? Why it's not sewing? So if you have a project that you just need to work on real quick, you just thread this and start sewing. And then when you get the time, you try to figure out what's going on with the computer sewing machine. So I hope that was helpful in terms of what to buy if you're just starting out to sew. So like I say, if you have any more questions and you want me to do any more tutorial, just leave a comment and I'll try to do a video about it.